So now it's time to hear from you.
We know when it comes to buying, renting, refinancing, so many of you have a lot of real estate questions.
So we're giving our Metro Residential viewers the mic.
We hit the streets in order to get your question.
And then we'll give you all the answers.
Here's the 411.
In a city like New York, it's hard enough to get around, let alone navigate the ins and outs of the real estate market. Luigi Rosabianca is one of New York City's top real estate attorneys. Really, few attorneys know real estate like Luigi. So when it comes to answering your real estate questions, he's our expert. Luigi, hi, how are you?
Great, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good to see you. We got a great question this week. You ready?
Love to hear it.
Here we go.
Hi, my name is Len Tobin. I live on the Upper East Side. My question for the day is, when do you expect the residential real estate market to come back to where it was from a couple of years ago?
Aha. Well,
the crystal ball.
Luigi, do you have this crystal ball? Because I'd love to know, when is the market going to start coming up again?
Well, I guess the only way to predict the future is if we look to the past. Real estate, like any other environment, is cyclical. You know, the gentleman that bought the modest property in the 1970s, which is worth millions today, was not a genius, nor was he a fool, but he won the war of attrition. So I think in the long term, it's been proven that in New York especially, real estate will always work. We'll have its ups, we'll have its downs, but in the long run, it's a win-win.
But you got to be able to wait it out, right? So actually, it seems to me in this market, we're setting the foundation for more winners than we did before because the leverage is lower, you can't borrow as much, prices are lower. So this is a good time, if you can hold on long term, to buy, right?
The current prudent conduct will help us in the near future. The reason we're in this mess is because our conduct was not prudent. It was actually economically imprudent, if not reckless.
Borrowed too much money at too high a price and expected it would go up forever.
Over-leveraged.
Over-leveraged. And so when people say, you know, when's the market going to get back to where it was a couple of years ago, that may not be where we want it to be.
Precisely. I think one of the reasons we've seen some vibrancy currently is because of the fiscal prudence. You know, people are purchasing what they can afford. Banks are lending what is fiscally prudent to lend. So these healthy norms may be strengthening today's market.
And the buyers that you're seeing in your practice, Luigi, they're coming in with a longer view. They're going to hold these properties longer. They're putting more money down. And it's not about making a fast buck.
Those days are over.
So what you're saying is really fiscal discipline, prudent choices, slow growth. Let's look at this purchase for what it is. It's a long-term proposition, and if you can stay the course, you're going to come out a winner.
It'll work. Fiscal prudence. And real estate is a wonderful asset to have in a portfolio if you're fiscally prudent.
Okay. Hedge against inflation and all of that, which we'll cover in another show. Luigi, great information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hi, Luigi. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
We have a really interesting question this week. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Hey, my name is Todd. I'm from Harlem, New York. My question is, how can I get a low interest rate on my home if my home was worth less than when I bought it?
Aha. Okay. Great question. Luigi, we've got property values that have softened over the last couple of years.
Tremendously.
And we've got borrowers who are at much higher rates than where the market is today. Is there any way to capture that lower rate even if your house isn't worth maybe even as much as your mortgage is? What can someone do?
Jeff, this is a problem that we're dealing with almost on a daily basis in my office. Fortunately, both through a federal intervention and some fiscal prudence by the bank, there are some wonderful loan modification programs out there available to borrowers that are both underwater, as you say, or seeking to be proactive and trying to avoid the inevitable.
So if you're not able to make your payments, if you've already maybe missed a couple of payments, you can go through this program, which is, I think, makinghomeaffordable.gov, right?
Jeff, what we found is that these programs, while tedious,
right,
if you're persistent and you're maniacal about your paperwork can really prove effective.
All right, so there you can anybody can access the system.
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is that through these government programs and through this website, makinghomeaffordable.gov, I may have the ability to use an interface to find out if I can qualify, if I'm under distress, a modification, and if I'm just looking to refinance because the bank won't let me because I've lost value in my property, do a Making Home Affordable refinance.
Jeff, before waving the white flag, I think you should entertain these options.
So, Luigi, if all of this fails, if you try and get a modification, if you try and go through the program, makinghomeaffordable.gov program, and it still won't work, what do you do then?
At that point, you roll up your sleeves and you try to make it work. We have to survive. You try to sell the house, put it on the market. You attempt a short sale via your same lender. There are various options out there, none of which are attractive.
Do you recommend that an owner of a property talk to an attorney before they make a decision to either enter into a short sale or perhaps consider losing their home to foreclosure?
I think they should speak to an attorney. They should speak to an accountant to address the tax implications, and they should also speak to a lender to try to guide them through the process.
Very good advice. Luigi, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Luigi, it's great to see you.
Great to see you as well, Jeff.
Okay, the question today, I can tell you, is one we have been inundated with.
Really?
Ready?
Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Hi, my name is Joe Murray from Hawthorne, New Jersey. And I was wondering, why do banks make it so hard to buy a short sale home? Don't they need the money?
Aha. Luigi, the home is on the market as a short sale, which means what?
Basically, the owner, the borrower, is asking his lender to take less money than he actually has outstanding on his loan.
And the reason is, it's just not worth as much as he owes.
There's no equity. He's, so to speak, upside down.
Okay. So we get this question constantly. Listen, the house is on the market as a short sale. I met all their terms. I agreed to pay the asking price. I forwarded all my information. 4 months, 5 months have gone by, and I still don't have a contract. What is going on, and why is this happening with short sales?
It's a true problem when entertaining any short sale. You, the buyer. Me, the seller, has a relationship that I need to resolve with my lender. So unfortunately, you become the distressed third-party beneficiary of my financial distress. So once I can sort things out with my lender and go through the short sale application and get it approved, then I'll be able to sell it to you.
I see. So the fact that a property is on the market as a short sale doesn't mean it's ever going to sell.
Well, you would like to think that I, as the seller, would have done my homework and at least started the short sale application process. Unfortunately, most sellers don't do it until they have a bona fide accepted offer from you, the purchaser. So then it's just a tedious 6-7 month ordeal.
So the bottom line is, when you hear short sale, there
Buyer
may be
beware.
Buyer beware. There may be an opportunity there, but you're going to have to be patient.
Absolutely.
And wait for that opportunity to come ashore for you.
Absolutely, Jeff.
Very good advice, Luigi. As always, thank you very much.
Jeff, thank you.